Do you remember when Sister Wheatley left 12 days ago? We knew then that things would slow down backstage. Building a good, strong story isn't that much different from building a town. You just have to keep at it, with everyone working together, in patience and support. Now, with Sister Wheatley gone for a while, I had to work with her double, Sister Schnebley. And we were all heartbroken that our Susannas were switched for a time. But I decided best to keep it up, because this was one thing that had been giving people joy and something to look forward to, and I wanted to keep that going. Especially while Sister Wheatley was out. So I wrote a letter, and at this point, I can't remember if this was Captain or Henry who wrote this letter, but we still needed to be careful because we didn't know who was behind all of this that was going on. And so the letter was written in such a way that you had to fold it very specifically to get each line, and you had to fold it over dozens of times to get the full message. It was a very frustrating kind of letter, but one of my favorites. And so I wrote this whole letter out and gave it to Sister Schnebley as Susanna. As Henry, I walked backstage again, either during Better Than Before or just after the book review. And I came up to her and I said, "Susanna." And I stopped. She looked like the Susanna I knew, but it was definitely Susanna. And I handed her the letter and said, "This is for you." And we went back. She took the letter. She was surprised. Had heard some few things that were going on, but she wasn't used to all of this. She went on and took the letter and solved it and wrote a response, which came back to me a day or two later. During the whoop-de-doo, I was dancing with Lorelei, as Henry does, and at the very end, she said, "Check your coat pocket." I finished the dance and said thank you for the clue. Went off stage and pulled out of my pocket a letter that had been left there, saying that Susanna was currently lying low. She didn't feel like herself at the moment. But she'd be working through all of this. And she left in the message a clue as to who she thought was the antagonist, Peter. She didn't prove to be correct in the end, but it was good that things were still going on. It was still very slow, though, until the day that Susanna came back, and Sister Wheatley came back, and everyone was so excited. We all loved her so much, and it was so good to have her back. Now, it was a strange day that she came back because of family in town and the way that casts worked. I ended up playing Captain Jones that day, which was odd for everyone involved. She didn't know about that until the music was starting and some of the sisters pulled her out to the side of the stage and they said, "Listen to this." And I walked out and gave Captain's lines, and she was shocked. It was good for her to be back, and it was good to be back as Captain and to resume things. Gave her another few letters, one full written page, and that one was encoded. It didn't look like it. No, Captain gave her the key, like last year, a paper with holes punched out, and then Henry, later, I switched costumes to give it to her, gave her a full letter that had been written by Mayor John to all the citizens. And within was a coded message. But we'll have to wait till next time to find out what exactly.